What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the PS5 career mode. This is episode number 11. And we start today's episode off with a brief look at our final four fixtures in the Championship. As you can see, in May we're closing out with Birmingham at home and then Huddersfield Town and Coventry away, but our first game will be the last game of April as we take on Derby County home. And as you can see, 4 games to go in Championship season. It's basically all over. We need to win all 4 of our remaining games, but if Watford win just once, then they guarantee automatic promotion. And in our final 4 games, 2 wins will guarantee a playoff spot. So it seems very likely now we're heading in to the playoffs, but the question is, what position will we finish in? First chance against Derby County though for our first game of this episode on the back of the draw against Luton falling to us. And we weren't going to give up on the possible chance of shocking Watford and manage to leapfrog them and go into second place. So taking on the Rams, aiming to extend our winning run, our unbeaten run I should say, on the back of the draw against Luton. 31 minutes into the game, Charlie Kelman really recapturing his form lately, gives us yet another goal and fires us into an early lead. Lovely goal this as well, great hold up play by Charles Ball. I love the fact you can train players' skill moves now. You've got to give EA credit this year as well, they've really worked on the player training feature. And Kelman with a lovely volley, turning in Omar Richards' cross. So QPR 1, Derby County 0, but 5 minutes before the break as Byrne goes in hard on Bull. Charles goes down, and not for the first time this season, there was genuine concern. I wanted to see if he could run off the injuries, kept him on in the second half, but unfortunately that was not the case. And so soon after the second half began, after Ilias Share headed this cross just wide the post, I took no more chances. Chris Willett comes on, Bull comes off, and once again, very worrying signs as our teenage youngster comes off, possibly with a big injury. So still leading by a goal to nil, looking a far stronger side. Golden chance for Derby to get back in the game though here. A little bit of suspect defending, but bailed out by Liam Kelly. He's been fantastic this year as he continues his pursuit for the golden boot. Still leading by a goal, 20 minutes to go, looking for a second goal to wrap the points off. Willock finds Amos, lovely back heel to Andy Rinamotta. He finds Bright to Sale Samuel, and oh, what a goal from Bright. Perhaps the best goal of the series so far. I just called him Bright. JJ Okocha Samuel with the lovely rainbow flick there after the fake Rabona and the first time volley into the top corner. Absolutely glorious goal from Bright. And I will be honest here, you know, I mentioned this before, I do feel like it's quite easy to score skill and flair type of goals in this year's FIFA, but it doesn't make them look any less spectacular. Absolutely wonderful goal from the captain there with the rainbow flick after the fake Rabona, and what a volley as well. Bright Osei Samuels really recaptured his form late, just like Charlie Kelman to be fair. They've both come into good form very recently after they sort of went out of it after they both got injured. So I kind of like that. It's quite realistic, isn't it? You know, players sometimes can take a while to get back to their best after injury. That's definitely the case with Kelman and Bright as they both return on the score sheet today in a 2-0 victory. Final chance falling to the Rams. Wayne Rooney, the England legend, denied by Liam Kelly, but our Scotsman keeps yet another clean sheet in his pursuit of the golden boot. So 2-0 to victory, but as you can see, the bad news following the game. The emails went straight into my archive, but as you can see right here, it is over for the Bull. Oh man, I'm absolutely gutted. He's broken his toe. He did well to soldier on with that broken toe, so clearly he's certainly got a fearless type of attitude and doesn't go down feigning injury, but it is a serious one. It's a broken toe, and Charles is done for the season. I'm devastated, man. What a debut year he's showing us in limited minutes. He came out the academy back in December, 13 games, 5 goals and 4 assists as well. He's grown 2 ratings, as you can see now, has the 5-star skills as well, and the biggest blow about that is that we're going to miss him for the playoffs, because that is now confirmed now. We're 8 points clear of Brentford with 3 games to go. We do have a game in hand. And due to being too many points behind Watford in second, we can't catch up in the remaining 3 games. Where as you can see, we've got Birmingham at home, and then our final 2 games of May, as you saw earlier, Huddersfield and Coventry, both away from home. All 3 of those teams have got nothing to play for as well. Coventry are already relegated, and Birmingham, Huddersfield are safe for another season. So, yeah, I'm gutted about that, man. Seriously, you know, heading to the playoffs, and we've seen how big Charles has been this season. You know, 3 of his 5 goals this year have come in the final 5 minutes of a championship game. And as we know, in those championship playoffs, anything can happen in the closing stages. Having the Bull in our team would give me so much confidence, but unfortunately, he's now done for this season. Absolutely heartbreaking, but I'm sure he'll be sitting there thinking this is perfect motivation to come back healthier for next season. The Bull down with a broken toe, and as you can see, after putting Will Tomlinson in our academy, unfortunately, the player that's coming to our academy, the next winger to come through, does not have the exciting prospect tag, doesn't even have showing great potential. So I talked about it. I got a feeling Charles might be the only sort of like certified wonder kid we get out of the academy in the entire time we're here at the Cayenne Prince Foundation Stadium. Hopefully that's not the case. Anyway, for our second of the final 4 games in today's episode, knowing now our position is sealed in the playoffs, can't finish any lower than 6th place, but the question is, where will we finish in the playoffs? Well, we're taking on Birmingham for our second game today, aiming to make it back-to-back wins and extend the unbeaten run. And Charlie Kelman, well, he's saying, Gaffer, I know you got about the joke about the ball going down, but don't forget about me. I was the teenage talent before ball was even heard of. So Kelman gets his 10th goal of the season there, first player to reach double digits in the championship this year, and with 11 minutes to go in a really lackluster game, Omar Richards gets 2 assists in 2 games. Bright Osei Samuel scores 2 goals in 2 games. Lovely flying header at the back stick there to turn in the cross by Omar. And Richards this season, he's been one of our unsung heroes, mate. He's been great at the back, one of the big reasons why we've got the best defensive record in the division. But I mentioned before, his pace is electric, but his end product is really good as well. He's always storming down the left hand side, normally picks out the right man in the area. Did there as Bright heads in to join Charlie with 10 goals in the championship this year. These two have been in fine form towards the end of the campaign. So a bit of a poor game at 1, but we'll certainly take the win regardless. 2-0 the final score and back-to-back clean sheets as well. Always nice to see that as Kelly continues his pursuit of the Golden Glove. And again, with 3rd, 4th and 5th right now neck and neck in the playoffs. At the moment, there's 3 teams battling for that coveted 3rd place spot, because for those that finish in 3rd place in the championship, they're rewarded with taking on the lowest seeded team in the playoffs. So 3rd will take on 6th. At the moment, that's what we're chasing. We can't get automatic promotion, but these games are still important to us as we want that 3rd position, as we'll be taking on the statistically weakest side of the teams in the playoffs. And so for our penultimate game of today's episode, on the back of our final game at the Cayenne Prince Foundation Stadium this year, we will take on the Terriers, Huddersfield Town away in Yorkshire, safe in the championship for another season, but still right down the bottom of the table. Charlie Kelman has come into great form since the injury to the Bull, and that's the 2nd time it's happened. The last time the Bull went down, Kelman started playing well, gets yet another goal there, and then another one right before the break. 2 assists for Bright, 2 goals for Charlie Kelman. These two celebrating together, and again, whilst the Bull might be going down, it's great to see these 2 guys, 2 of our best players this season, going into great form when it matters most. Kelman with goals number 11 and 12 for the championship season makes it 2-0 to Queen's Park Rangers. The Terriers look to respond in the second half here, trailing by 2-0. Great stop by Kelly as we still had our 2-goal advantage, and directly after that I had to show you this highlight, not to break away from the immersion and the realism, but I thought it was too comical to leave out here. So sent a long ball forward towards Jack Byrne, and then yeah, sometimes, you know, physics can sort of go out the window in FIFA. I don't exactly know how on earth that ball went on that flight plan, but it certainly did. It went way out of the stadium. Can we have our ball back, please, mister? Well, we had to get a spare one from the ball girl after that, because that was wow. I mean, look at the spin, let alone the trajectory of that. That was absolutely extraordinary, man. I have to go now. My planet needs me. That ball is gone, and we ain't getting that one back for quite a while. That's gone out of the playable area in FIFA career mode there. Anyway, still leading by 2-0, and with 14 minutes to go, chance to wrap up the points in style and make it 3-0. Amos has really able to hold it up and find Jack Burns storming down the left-hand side, and what a lovely goal as well from the Irish winger as he chips Joel Pereira and finds the back of the net. Chip shots can be a bit OP in this year's FIFA, so I thought I'd try my luck, and Byrne gets it spot on there for his 4th goal in the championship. And you know, Byrne, all of his 4 goals have come whilst Bull has been injured. What is it about Charles Bull? When he goes down, it seems like other players decide to step up, but I really like that, man, helping out their bro, as they show that whilst he might be injured, we're still going to keep on getting those wins for the team. 3-0 the final score though, really good performance as well away from home, and as you can see, a game to go in the championship. We're now into 3rd place, leapfrogging Nottingham Forest in 2nd and being 3 points clear of Norwich as well. Very tight indeed though, and heading in as well to the final game of the season, there was virtually nothing to play for any any team. Bournemouth had wrapped up the Championship title back in February. Watford have already gained automatic promotion. The playoffs are basically set because Cardiff now can't drop out unless they lose on the final day and lose by a major goal swing. And Brentford win, again by scoring a lot of goals as well. And the bottom three is being confirmed as well. So really, the only things to be decided on the final day was who finished where in the playoffs. And that's why for our final game of the season, knowing that Bull just went down, he's going to miss the rest of the campaign with a broken toe, I didn't want to risk anyone else in our first 11 getting injured for our final game away from home against Coventry City. Ground sharing with St Andrews this year, although of course they're playing at a different stadium, generic stadium in the game, which would be their version of the Rico Arena. Taking on Coventry City for the game, we considered a shocking penalty early on in the game. Don't ask me what on earth I did there with Kake, because I still have absolutely no idea what my intention was. It was an awful late challenge. I mean, it was so late, I'm surprised it didn't happen after the final whistle. Terrible challenge there. And Joe Lumley, getting just his second start since coming out from loan, pulls off heroics and makes a save. We've conceded 2 penalties this year, and our goalkeepers have saved both of them, so good confidence there, knowing if we ever go into a penalty shootout, I can trust both of my guys between the sticks. Anyway, still tied at 0-0 after a relatively uneventful first half, but in the second half, just after the hour mark, the Sky Blues would get themselves in front there. Hamer with a glorious chip over Lumley, came out to meet him, but sent Lumley off his line, and unfortunately was punished for it. Coventry take the lead, to go in front, played alright in this game, and I thought we did too, and with 18 minutes to go, this was really nice to see. Well, I talked about him earlier, he's come out of the academy, got a pro deal, he doesn't seem to have much potential at all, but a goal on his debut for Will Tomlinson, that was very nice to see indeed. Great little ball through to him, and a clinical volley as well. 1-1 the final score, we draw on the final day, so yeah, a little bit of a slip up there, but again, resting all of our players to the game, wasn't too surprised, and that means, as you can see, the league table ends up finishing like this. Bournemouth promoted with 106 points this season as they win the Championship, and Watford right behind in second place. The playoff order is Nottingham Forest, QPR, Norwich, and then Cardiff, as the playoffs are now set in the bottom three, Coventry, Barnsley and Rotherham going down to League One. And that does indeed mean that Nottingham Forest reward for finishing in third place is that they'll be taking on Cardiff City, who are the lowest ranked team in the playoffs, and we have got the Canaries with the first leg coming at Carrow Road. I called it, didn't I call it way back in February, I think it was, maybe January or February time. I called it, I said if we are to make the playoffs, I think it'll be Norwich, and that's exactly who it is. Just call me Mystic Docs. But yeah, Norwich in the playoffs, first leg at Carrow Road, and put it this way, Jeff Cameron is not making the matchday squad. He's not even making the team bus for those games, man. I'm not even risking him being on the sidelines and leaking our tactics. No, Jeff Cameron's staying way away from those playoff battles there against Norwich City. So we look at the Championship top scorers, assists and clean sheets charts as well, where as you can see, Liam Kelly somehow missed out on the Golden Glove despite playing 4 games fewer than Ben Foster. Not entirely sure how that works there, but Foster will be celebrating with a new vlog, I'm sure. And as well for the team of the season, I thought we kind of got shunned really. You know, we only got one representative, and that was Johan Barbe. Not a surprise, because he was probably our best defender this year, but either way, we had the best defensive record in the division. I think personally, Omar should have made the team of the season, possibly Jed. But either way, Johan, again, I think he deserves it. You know, he kept a clean sheet in all of the games he played this season. No, he didn't. He kept a clean sheet for all the clean sheets we had. No, wait, hang on. What? No, he had the clean... Forget it. He did really well this season, Johan, and I was very pleased with how he did, because I wasn't too convinced by my centre-backs at the start of the season, but the fact he was the only team of the season representative, I thought he kind of got shunned there, to be honest. But regardless, look at our players' stats for the first season. Ilias, my player of the season this year, with 9 goals and 13 assists in the Championship. Bright was also fantastic as well, 10 in 39. Gutted that Charles will not be making the playoffs with us this season, won't come back from that broken toe in time, but I've still been very happy with most of our players this year. Only 1 or 2 have been quite disappointing. Charlie, of course, what a great debut season for him. 12 goals in 29 games in the Championship, growing 4 ratings this season. Had an absolutely brilliant end to the season run as well. But that was this episode of the PS5 Career Mode, guys. So a big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you for the next episode of the PS5 Career Mode very soon, as we take part in the playoffs with the first leg at the Championship playoff semi-final away against Norwich at Carrow Road very soon.